Nicholas Travers, generous in spirit embraced by an ironclad resolve, found himself standing at the threshold of Emporia, Kansas. It was an unassuming hamlet, a sun-drenched canvas of brick, foliage, and weathered asphalt. The air was fragrant with history and secrets, wafting hints of summer honeysuckle and earth-laden wisdom. The town's heartbeat resided at its center, the Emporia History Museum. The establishment, a grand architectural marvel from the turn of the century, was a testament to the town's past glory. Yet its stone walls concealed more than relics of bygone eras. They whispered stories of illicit activities beneath the museum's hallowed arches. Nicholas was welcomed into the town with curious gazes and polite nods. The townsfolk, an amalgam of the old and the new, lived their lives in the predictable rhythm of the heartland. As a seasoned journalist, he understood the delicate dance of trust. He wove himself into their lives gently, his kindness finding a home amidst them. With every question asked and answered, with every warm handshake and shared laughter, he felt the old familiar tendrils of his past surface. The specter of his schizophrenia, a phantom of distorted reality, lingered on the outskirts of his mind. He kept it at bay with routine and resolve, fueled by the beacon of redemption, a heartfelt reunion with his estranged daughter. A week into his investigation, over a late-night cup of coffee at the local diner, he found himself embroiled in a heavy conversation with Edgar, the museum's stoic night guard. A burly man of few words, Edgar was a living testament to Emporia's resilience. "You ever notice, Mr. Travers," he started, his eyes resting on the steam rising from his coffee, "how museums are like mausoleums, full of relics, echoes of what once was, life and death, all entangled?" Nicholas nodded, quietly soaking in Edgar's words. "And do those relics," he probed cautiously, "ever hold more than just historic value?" Edgar's gaze met his, the fire in his eyes holding a universe of secrets. "More than you can imagine, Mr. Travers. Some things, they got powers that ought not to belong in this world." Edgar's cryptic words, a veiled confirmation of Nicholas's mission, set the stage for the weeks to come. The deceptive calm of Emporia was merely a facade, one that he was intent on peeling back, layer by layer. His pursuit of justice intertwined with the spectral call of his own redemption. He was poised at the precipice of a revelation that promised to shake Emporia and himself to their very cores. Thus, with a renewed sense of purpose, the old journalist stepped deeper into the heart of Emporia. The taste of truth was bittersweet on his tongue, an appetizer for the cosmic horrors yet to be unfurled in this unsuspecting Midwestern town. The subtle rhythm of Emporia had started to syncopate into something far more sinister. The echoes of the unseen, hidden in plain sight, became louder, intertwining with the melodies of everyday life. The townsfolk continued their routine, blissfully unaware, while Nicholas, caught in the dissonant symphony, grappled with the horrors slowly unspooling around him. He discovered a shadowy figure known only as Orion, the apparent purveyor of the elusive Nexus. This substance, as he learned from hushed whispers and overlooked testimonies, was no ordinary narcotic. It bore an uncanny potency, providing its users with otherworldly cognitive enhancements, an ability to see beyond the veil of the mundane. One late evening, he found himself in the company of Mary, the town's librarian. Her soft-spoken demeanor belied a sharp intellect and unquenchable curiosity. The dim lamplight etched wrinkles onto her aged face, hinting at the many secrets she'd borne witness to. She took a slow sip from her cup of chamomile tea, her gaze never leaving his. "Orion ain't a man, Mr. Travers," she said, her voice barely above a whisper. "Not anymore. The Nexus changed him, and not in a way you or I can understand." Nicholas sat back, the echo of her words rebounding in his mind. "So it's a catalyst of sorts," he suggested, looking for affirmation. "A catalyst to the unseen," Mary replied, her gaze hardened with a grim understanding. "It's a door to the unfathomable, an invitation to converse with things from the other side. It strips away the blindness of our human condition, revealing a truth too potent for most minds." As her chilling revelation seeped into Nicholas's consciousness, he felt the sharp jab of schizophrenia at the back of his skull. A foreboding darkness threatened to consume him. His thoughts began to unravel, intertwining with old traumas. Yet he held fast, steering his psyche away from the tumultuous waters of his past. His investigation was beginning to bear fruit, the secrets of Emporia revealing themselves to him. However, with each unraveled mystery, new questions arose. He was embarking on a voyage far beyond the mere investigation of smugglers. He was plunging into the bowels of cosmic horror, an abyss which he found more familiar than he cared to admit. As he spiraled further into the complex maze, the boundaries between reality and his mental torments blurred. The quietude of Emporia was gradually eroding, revealing a canvas teeming with spectral horrors. And as the echoes of the unseen grew louder, he braced himself, stepping closer towards the precipice of insanity and enlightenment. The specter of the dark deity loomed ever closer. The veil of normalcy in Emporia had begun to fray, and through its crevices, Nicholas peered into an abyss. Emporia, once a postcard of the American heartland, was morphing into an eerily surreal tableau. Its tranquility was now punctuated by whispers of the Nexus and the looming presence of a deity cloaked in the gloom of the cosmos. His perception of Emporia was shifting, much like a fog-laden landscape viewed under the pallid light of a waning moon. He was no longer an observer of its secrets, but a participant, drawn into a dance with forces far beyond his understanding. As the sun set one evening, painting the Kansas skies with an ethereal blush, he found himself standing before a nondescript warehouse on the outskirts of the town. A tip from a reluctant source had led him here, the purported rendezvous of the Nexus users. Heart pounding, he peered through a grimy window. Within the gloom, he could make out huddled figures, their bodies contorting in some unfathomable ecstasy or agony, their eyes vacant and glowing with an eerie luminescence. The air itself seemed to pulse with a dark energy, a sinister aura that made his skin crawl. From the shadows, a figure emerged, the hulking silhouette unmistakably Orion's. He lifted his arms in a ghastly reverence, his voice resounding through the stillness. It wasn't English or any language known to man. It was an unearthly dirge, an invocation of something primal, something ancient. As the bizarre symphony of sounds filled the air, a chilling realization dawned upon Nicholas. The drug was no mere cognitive enhancer. It was a conduit, a link between the users and the cosmic entity that now seemed to echo his schizophrenia-induced delusions. He retreated, his heart hammering against his ribcage. The dance of the Nexus users played out in his mind, merging with the hallucinations born from the recesses of his psyche. It was a harrowing ballet that unfolded before him, the cosmic entity intertwining with his own demons. The veil had not only darkened, but was tearing apart. Emporia was now a stage set for the grand opera of the cosmos, its players locked in a dance with the otherworldly. He found himself on the precipice of sanity and oblivion, his past and present colliding in a cosmic clash. As he retreated into the night, he clung onto the one anchor that held him tethered to reality, his estranged daughter. Her memory provided a semblance of solace amidst the unspooling madness. As the final act of his ghastly revelation approached, he understood that his redemption lay intertwined with the cosmic horrors that infested Emporia. The dance was far from over. Indeed, it had just begun. The quaint veneer of Emporia had all but faded, replaced by an otherworldly spectacle woven from the threads of the cosmos. Each star that blinked into the night was a mute spectator to Nicholas's spiraling descent into the abyss. There was a new dawn coming, one that illuminated a reality far removed from the tangible world. The dark deity was no longer a mere echo, but a persistent drumbeat, resonating within the marrow of the town. He found himself standing on the precipice of the unknown, his past and present coalescing into an all-consuming vortex. The specter of Nexus whispered in his ear, an enticing call into the abyss. It was a melody composed of intrigue and terror, its notes strung together by the otherworldly. With each heartbeat, the abyss beckoned, its dark allure promising answers and understanding, redemption and destruction. Summoning his innermost bravery, he decided to walk into the abyss. He ingested Nexus, feeling its cold tendrils snake through his system, opening his psyche to the eldritch mysteries of the universe. Reality was ripped asunder, unfolding like an intricate tapestry under a cosmic loom. His vision was saturated with prismatic hues, the town dissolving into kaleidoscopic fragments. Through the distorted lens of Nexus, the banality of existence splintered into extraordinary patterns of cosmic truth. The dark deity emerged from the depths of this pandemonium, its form a swirling mass of darkness, its voice an ancient dirge that reverberated across the echelons of time and space. Its alienness was terrifying, yet it held an eerie familiarity. The deity echoed with the same dissonance that marked his schizophrenia, its cadence a mirror to his internal discord. The deity was not an abomination, but a dark reflection of his own psyche. Its existence was not of the world, but intricately woven into the mindscape of humans. It was a beacon amidst the swirling madness, a lighthouse guiding the tempest-tossed voyager towards an unknown shore. It was in this sublime moment of terrifying clarity that he reached out to his estranged daughter. He shared his revelations, his voice shaking with the weight of cosmic wisdom and personal revelation. He extended an olive branch, laced with an understanding born from his communion with the deity. He asked her for forgiveness, not as a father to a daughter, but as a human bound by the cosmos to another. The effects of Nexus subsided, the intoxicating dance with the cosmos concluding into a sobering finale. However, the mark it left on him was indelible. He was now part of Emporia's secret underbelly, a conduit between realities. His existence a testament to the cosmic horrors that intertwine with the human condition. His redemption was not found in the arms of justice, but within the haunting embrace of cosmic horror. And so he remained, his existence a silent symphony echoing through the heart of Emporia, the melody of a journalist turned cosmic voyager forever etched into the annals of the unseen. We appreciate you tuning in. If you fancied the content, show your support with a like and subscribe. Hit the bell to keep up with our eerie adventures. Eldritch Tales Factory has plenty more to offer. Until next time.